I don't really like missing people's birthday. I feel like even if I don't talk to a person at all throughout the year and I know their birthday, I just feel like I owe them. I feel like I owe them a birthday wish. Even if you don't talk, I just want to wish them happy birthday because I mean we're celebrating life here.
Life weekly with
I feel
Esther
like such a
Amos, big babe right now. I am on Spotify. It's
was
not easy.
funny and
State
sad at the
of
same
flow
time.
that I haven't been in years. The last time I experienced that kind of flow was in
Nothing else
2023.
mattered to me at that point. Let's get into this episode. Hi, and welcome to a new episode of the podcast. This is an episode that the Lord has made, so rejoice and be glad as you listen to it. A lot has happened since the last time I uploaded an episode, and I'm here to fill you in on everything that has been going on. And I'll start with where I stopped from the last episode. I was talking about making my hair because we're having our portrait shoots for final year and I made my hair that week. And my hairstylist, it's like mad. My hair was so pretty, and I really like when people are good at the things that they do. It just makes me happy. So I've spent money on the hair, and I looked good for my portrait. That portrait picture feels like such a permanent picture, and you just have to look good in it. There was no room for excuse or any shabby look. I'm happy I was able to do that for myself. And the week after, immediately after, we were having test. And after test week was supposed to be my final defense. So I have been having really stressful days back to back. Even during test week, I had to go to the lab. Like my test was for, was it 3 days or 4 days? I had on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But that Wednesday and Friday that I didn't have paper, I was at the lab because I needed to get new sets of results to present from the former one I presented. I just needed to show progress. Not even progress. I needed to show that I had finished. And thankfully I was able to finish the analysis and get data that I presented. And at my defense, even though I feel like I didn't do very well, I'm just happy that I was able to do it well, and that chapter is closed for now because I still have external defense. And I was also able to take my first Polaroid picture. I've always wanted a Polaroid picture. So my defense day, I took my first Polaroid picture and it looks very pretty. And I'm still planning to take more. I want to have a collection of hard copy pictures for my final year, all the dresses, so all the events we'll be having, or the ones I'll be attending, my Thanksgiving, even when I come for convocation, I want to have physical hard copy pictures. So during my test week, while I was supposed to be reading for tests, so it was one of the days I stumbled on a tweet. I stumbled on a tweet on X, and the person wrote that having a bad roommate can give you a glimpse into what marrying wrong will look like. And I agree with the person's thoughts. But then when I saw the tweet, I now started thinking, I don't know how my mind now went to comparing values, alignments, and lifestyle alignments. Because when you hear most relationship advice, you hear that, oh, your values must align. If your values align, then every other thing will fall into place eventually. And while that is true, lifestyle alignment or misalignment can also make you question whether both of you can actually be together or should be together, or whether it's going to work or not. So, shared values in reality are not everything. But first, I needed to understand the difference between values and lifestyle expression. And so, one very simple explanation that made sense was that lifestyle is using different vehicles to get to the same destination. Lifestyle is the how, values are the why. Let's say you both agree they are going to Lagos, but then one person flies, another person goes by road, and that's just the simple and plain explanation. Let's say you find someone now and you both value cleanliness. You both value neat spaces. But then the other person prefers to wash once a week, while you wash every day. Anytime you have dirty clothes, you're uncomfortable and you just go and wash. But they value a neat space, but then they only wash once a week. They only clean once a week. And to you, they seem dirty because you're not doing it the same way, even though you both value cleanliness. You're not doing it the same way. And so I was not thinking that someone cannot even really have everything in this life. So even after finding someone that your values align, you still be thinking of lifestyle alignment and how you can adjust. And this is one place that I know many people find it, or many couples find it hard, because you will not just want to believe that this person actually values this thing because they don't do it the way you also do it. So I was also looking for how to efficiently differentiate between when there's a value misalignment and when there's a lifestyle misalignment. So one way you can know is, so let's say you value savings. You're like, oh, someone always needs to have savings somewhere, no matter how small. And the other person is like, oh, they don't see the need to save. That one is a very clear value misalignment, and there's no amount of adjustments you can adjust. There's no need to even try to make things work, because that's clearly misalignment. Also, if you also think spending time with your partner is important, while the other person just thinks that the only way to show love, or the main ways to show love, is just to keep doing things for your partner, and they don't really value spending time, that is also a value misalignment. And there's no lifestyle fix for that. There's no quick fix for that. So I hope you also learned, or you have learned now, the difference between values, value alignment and lifestyle alignment, yes, and how those two have to somehow work together to some extent for a relationship to go well. And in the midst of me going to the lab, working back to back, reading for tests, I forgot someone's birthday. This is the second time I am forgetting a birthday that I registered in my head. Normally, I think I have missed wishing people happy birthday because I didn't know when their birthday was. But this is someone that I knew when their birthday was. I took note of the date. Then I remembered 2 days after when I was washing. I remembered 2 days after when I was washing plates. And I was just like, oh my days, no, not again. The first time I forgot someone's birthday was 2 years ago, I think. I thought the person's birthday was on the 9th. Meanwhile, it was on the 7th. And I didn't even move on. And the person also did not post. See, these are the issues. At least, if it's your birthday, post. Just, even if you not snap picture, write +1. Even if you not buy cake, go to Pinterest and download cake and just write +1 on your status. Let people even know that it's your birthday. It's always nice to have people celebrate with you on your birthday. I mean, you're marking another year on earth. You're still alive. There's still hope. Try your best to just post on your birthday. So the person didn't post anything. And then I was casually just chatting with them on the 8th, and me thinking, I wanted to even ask that, oh, what are your plans for your birthday? This one and that one. They just said, oh, my birthday was yesterday, by the way. I was just like, wait, what? It's not 9th. I was too stunned. I was like, oh my days, I'm so sorry. I thought your birthday was on the 9th. And I feel really bad because this person has not forgotten my birthday after I told them, and they marked it in their head. So it made me feel bad that I forgot their birthday. And now this one happened June, this month. I forgot this person's birthday. And it was 2 days after that I remembered. I didn't remember in the night that I was saying, let me quickly rush and send happy birthday. I remember 2 days after, when I was even washing plates. Oh God. And I went to ask one of my friends that, oh, that did she know? She was like, oh yes, that people were posting. But I think it's on Snapchat because I'm not active on Snapchat. So I would not even know Because Snapchat, I think they used to put birthday cake. That's if you had your birthday, sha. So I didn't even know what to do. And I just left it. And now I'm thinking that I should have reached out to him to even say that, oh, I'm sorry I missed your birthday, this and that. But then I did not, I didn't do anything. I just finished washing my plates and went back to my room to continue reading. And I was just hoping that they will not think about it so much because, I totally forgot. And this was not even intentional. And this made me understand or empathize with people that forget birthdays. Guys, it's not intentional. It's not intentional. And I'm kind of person that's always like, oh no, you should always still find a way. But then it's not even easy now, especially with the fact that I'm not in my phone. So I don't even get calendar notifications. If I was with my phone, I would easily get calendar notifications, and I'll know that okay, this person's birthday is coming up. Like I put reminders a week before, 3 days before, 2 days before, a day before, and on the day there's always a reminder for the person's birthday. Because I don't really like missing people's birthday. I feel like even if I don't talk to a person at all throughout the year and I know their birthday, I just feel like I owe them. I feel like I owe them a birthday wish. Even if you don't talk, I just want to wish them a happy birthday because I mean we're celebrating life here. So that's that's that about forgetting birthdays. So God, you've never forgotten anybody's birthday. How did you feel afterwards? I want to know how you felt. So one thing I experienced this week that just shed more light on habit formation for me was when one of these days this week I was about to sleep and I had not taken my bath. It was around 11, and normally we sometimes expect them to turn off the light by 12, their light out rule over here. But and I was trying to sleep and I could not sleep because I had not taken my bath. I thought I could sleep. To be very honest, I thought I could sleep, but I could not. And I was just remembering how this all started. This me taking my bath twice a day. It was in 200 level. I did not have a roommate then. And one day I was surfing YouTube and I found this video with over 1 million views. You know how strange videos get 1 million views? You see one video, how to drink water. This was that kind of video. I think she was teaching about deodorant. It was not how to spray deodorant, not how to use deodorant, talking about hygiene. And I watched the video, and after the first school break I had, I got the deodorant that she was talking about. And then I found another, because when you watch a video like that, the algorithm shows you more video concerning hygienic tips or whatever you watch. And I found this light skinned woman, and she was talking about how most people don't like taking their baths because the experience is not a good one. That you should make your bath you should make your bath time a full experience. Make sure you like, is it the color of your towels? I actually don't like the color of my towel. That's true. It's white. I definitely do not want to see. I'm definitely changing this towel after school because I don't know, it gives me anxiety. Any small thing it has stained. But yeah, back to making your bath time enjoyable. So I was looking for how to make my bath time enjoyable now. So I found one really nice scenting body wash. I think she recommended one or so. I don't know. But I went to the store when I was shopping and I found this body wash. It was pink. And so I was like, yeah, I was very sure it had to smell nice. And so when I resumed school for second semester, that's the longest semester, we usually don't go on any breaks, and it's usually the best time to build any habit. I'll say this anyway. Omega semester for people in my school, people that have kind of school system I have, is the best time to build any habit because you'll be in school every single time for like 6 months or so. And so doing something repeatedly for that 6 months, it's not going to leave your body anytime soon. And I am proof. So I started using the body wash at night. Every night, I'll take my time. My bathing time in the night was so sacred. And I always enjoyed it. And because I didn't want the body wash to finish, I bought two extra soaps, one for my face and another one to bathe in the morning. So yeah, I now have one bathing soap for the morning and the body wash at night. And that's how I started taking my bath twice a day. I didn't even consciously know that it was a habit experiment. But yeah, it was a habit experiment and it worked out. And now I kind of have a glimpse into what I need to do to build a habit. It's just to do it every freaking day. A time, choose a time and a place. Place was the bedroom. Time was probably by time was by 9 every single day. I was getting up by 9 to take my bath, 9 p.m. at night, every single day, back to back. And it became a routine that I cannot break out of. And now I no longer need the sweet scenting body wash because I don't have it right now. The price, thanks to Tunubu, the price went like 5 times since. No, the second time I wanted to buy it, it had doubled. But I still had the body wash then. So I didn't buy. See me thinking that okay, next time I'm going to buy. The next time I went, the price was times five. Times freaking five. And I was like, oh my days. But by then, I'd already formed the habit of bathing twice a day. And I didn't need it anymore. This is very insightful. If you can get the insights. It's just like maybe at the beginning, you will need some extra props here and there just so you can get to do that thing that you really want to do, the habit you really want to build. You need extra props. Then at some point, you no longer need those things as motivation because you've already formed the habits. And now most times I can't sleep if I don't take my bath. The number of times I remember not taking my bath this semester is one. And it usually happens when my roommate doesn't wash her kettle after using it. It's like maybe she uses late and she just sleeps off. And then most times I borrow kettle. That one is never an excuse. Most times I borrow kettle. So maybe it's when I'm extremely tired and I don't want to leave my room to ask anybody else for kettle and I just sleep off. And that has happened only once. So, because I always find a way. See, even if the person is upstairs, I will go and be humble and ask for kettle because I need to use hot water. That's one of the things that made my bathing experience fun for me because temperature is hot or not cold, sha, because I'm making my bath with cold water. I'll be rushing because I want to hurry up and get out of the bedroom. And so I will not take my time to wash where I need to wash properly. And that's how I became like this. So I tried to sleep one day this week and I could not. I was turning and twisting and I was just like, Omo, I can't do this. I just stood up from my bed and like, last, the person will say no and I'll bathe with cold water. I was ready to bathe with cold water that night because I could not sleep. But then I got the kettle and I was able to take my bath and I was happy. I slept well. I slept like a baby. I slept like a baby. And all I'm just saying is being an habit takes time, but then you really become unstoppable when that habit has become part of your life, somewhat part of your identity, I would say. And yeah, I'm giving you a little hack on how to form an habit. And one of the things I also did a lot this week was watch videos on entrepreneurship. Right now, I got asked this question today in an interview. I was on an interview, the real show, not a very formal interview, but I was in one. I had a conversation with one of the teammates, and they asked me if I was more of a career woman or a business woman. And I just said both because ever since I can remember in my teen years, I have always been business driven. My mom taught me from an early age to monetize. She taught me how to monetize any skill I had, anything I knew how to do. She would just tell me, okay, how can you sell this to make money? And I really am grateful for that. Even though she didn't know she was consciously teaching me something. Now that I look back, I I consciously learned how to monetize things that had value. One time I learned how to make shambala, this handmade wristbands. I started making it. I started selling it. I would make custom. I had people coming to my house to make custom orders. I would sell for 300, 400. Mine was probably more expensive than the 200 naira ones they were selling. But because I could make them customized, I'll write their names on it. I was selling it at 400 naira. I was making money. And so I also watched a video with Imagrid. Imagrid is a freaking superstar. I love that woman so much. One of the women that inspires me. And she was in an interview with Shopify president, and Shopify president said that, there's this saying that if you want to know what you do as when you're older. Think of what you used to do when you were younger. It can point you to the path you're meant to take in life. And he said that he read a book, and then the person said, check what you were doing between the ages of 13 and 16. That you may not do exactly what you were doing then, but it's going to give you a sense of direction. It's going to give you a kind of roadmap to what you should be doing now. And that's how I thought back to what I was doing between the ages of 13 and 16. Between the ages of 13 and 16, I was on Facebook, unknowingly building a community. It's these days now that all these things have fancy names. Then I just liked posting, engaging people, replying comments. And I was not thinking I actually bought to do this shit, man. I used to be on Facebook. I was a Facebook famous. I used to post pictures and get 1K likes. See, getting 1K likes was like an achievement then. But then I think the motive I have now is different from the motive I had then. But one thing I would really like to get back is the freedom, is the fact that I just wanted to post. I wasn't really tracking metrics, doing analysis, doing stuff. Like I just wanted to post. I didn't think of any image. I didn't care about perception. I just really wanted to share my thoughts with the world, no matter how unrefined they were then. I just really wanted to share, and somehow people would always relate. And I somehow find myself going back to that. And it's so crazy. Another thing I know I was doing between the ages of 13 and 16 was, like I said, monetizing my skills. Bro, I sold so many things. In secondary school, I remember selling earpiece for 1,000 naira. I mean, no, 1,500. Earpiece was cheaper. They could buy earpiece of like 350 then. But then I had a unique selling point. My earpiece was blue. And then many people were farming blue as their favorite color. So they bought, even though it was more expensive, but because they liked the color, it was distinct from what they had in the market. So people bought because it was in their favorite color. And it was 1,500. They didn't even question the price. I also remember selling charger. Bro, I sold so many things when I was younger. And now I think I might be more of a business person, because obviously I'm still here building my personal brand. I'm going to go full force after school. And then I'm also actively thinking of a business to start. But one thing that Shopify president said is that the founders that are making it big now are the ones that have a story tied to their brand. People want to know why you're doing what you're doing. And so far, the things that I pointed out that I'm passionate about is teaching people stuff, like helping people know things. Because I get really sad and disappointed when something I think should be general knowledge and then someone doesn't know it, or when someone is living in a particular way when they could live better lives. So I'm thinking of ways I can turn this into a product and stuff like that. So yeah, I found out something about myself this week. So if you're thinking or you're kind of confused about what you should do with life, check what you were doing between the ages of 13 and 16. And if you don't remember, try to ask the friends that you had then, and they will point you to a new maybe direction or something that you didn't know. So that's basically all that has been going on. Thank you for listening. We hit 41 subscribers. We are well on our way to 50. I'm so positive that at the end of this year, I'll be at 100 followers on Spotify. So if you've not followed Life Weekly Podcast yet, follow the show, listen, share with your friends. Most especially, just share on your status. Share something, a line that stood out to you, something you found funny. Share with your friends. Thank you for listening, and see you in my next episode. Bye. Bye.